Dive right into the game that I want to showcase to you guys, which is actually Luard versus Hari. And why I want to showcase this is because both deck actually does the same thing, stacking of markers. So we shall see how well will both deck go. And this is just another showcase of my deck list as well from the previous game, which you guys have watched for the Lord versus Gear Chronicle, next stage basically. I do read the brand one and misses the search here, and he rides to the Hari Grade 1. So it's actually a good ride because it's already in Soul. So getting the quick shoe there. Swings just like this, it should be no guard here. Yep, he just dry checked a Hari SP here. Very strong player. And I do back to the Mofessa, not the best right in the world, but you know, it's a great tool, I'll take it. And I do miss the search once again with Brandon. And this is just sad news for me because actually I do misgrade my lot once again, similarly to the last game. So I'm going to just be aggroing like this, swing the brand one first. Most likely be forcing out the quick shoe here. It actually uses the grade 2 from hand, which actually goes to soul, so actually that's a better move. And we do see another Hari goes to the damage zone, which is another SP. This guy is balling. And we do see the Jacqueline right here, which will be searching top 7 for adding up to 2 birds or the 2 Magiadors. And we do see him only adding 1 Magiador to the hand. So quite unfortunate for him, and this is not a high roll done by him. And if he does search 2 cards from the top 7, he can actually put a quick shoot to soul, basically gaining off +2. So he does swing the Jacqueline like this, which is 1 pass. And doesn't check anything, and then it's my turn once again. Will I be G-assisting? Yes, I will be G-assisting, doing a G-assist here. And I do see the lot here, very fortunate for me. And we shall see whether if I can actually afford the lot skill here, which most likely I should be able to, and I'll be demonstrating to you how. So I do throw my 30k shoe there because it doesn't do much anymore at this point of turn. And I get a marker and putting to the side. So now I have to hit 3 grade 1 from into the drop zone before I can strike, and having the free cost of the superior call. So I do call the brand 1 down here to search top 5, which I'll be missing once again. So 3 brand 1 searches missing. Not the best time of the world for me. And I go replacing it and calling Charon, and now using his skill to retire 2 more to draw 1 and retiring, but there's nothing to retire. So now I do have 3 grade 1 in the drop zone and the strike cost is free. So the superior calling the superior riding into the drag driver here, gaining another marker and counter blasting 1 to call 2 grade 1s here, and now I'll be most likely calling a Charon as well as a Neyman to counter charge the cost that I just paid. So as you can see, the deck actually can perform well even with just 1 counter blast. Then I'm using Neymans here to most likely call the Fallen Dive Eagle. I think I'll be taking the Neyman here. Yes, so I suddenly remember that I'm going to call the bird there, and the bird just going to be sitting on the 2 force marker there, hitting for 25k on his own. And Charon will be a 11k beetle. So actually I just call Fessa down here. No, yep, so I'll just be using Charon here for just a 5k poke. And Vanguard will be swinging for 23k on his own. So these are all just a subtle push of damage. And most likely will be no guarding here. Twin drive, a heal. Very fortunate for me, I do heal. And I get another Neyman into hand. He does eat a draw trigger here, and then he's gonna hit for 20k guard here. He does eat to another draw trigger here. It might look good for him, but to be honest, you do want the Kanzen in hand to guard against the stack force marker Mofessa turns. So we shall see how it will play out, and he does right into the Hari here. Will he be going to the XL1 or the XL2? So just I'll say spoiler alert for you guys. The Hari is actually playing the Beast Tamer variant. So we shall see how the Beast Tamer variant will actually play here. So he does go for the XL1, making it to a stage. He calls the grade 1 here and then replacing it with the bird, and the bird skill will let the grade 1 go to soul. And now he'll be paying the cost of the Hari, dropping the Pop Dragon there. Superior calling 3 Magiador from the soul. So he'll be superior calling the grade 2 and the double grade 1s, which will be counter charging 1, drawing 1, and giving 10k to herself as well as Hari. Shall see how this turn will play out. How he attack? Most likely with the pigeon first. He does call the Good Researcher here, which will be plusing a 5k here because you do have cards caught from so distant. And this card will be perfect to poke at the Fallen Die Figo. So the weakness of Fallen Die Figo is actually that if against the Excel deck, you do struggle a bit because your opponent can actually afford to poke at the Fallen Die Figo, which is just a 5k base. So with the Great Researcher, actually he is already asking for a 10k card like that. And most likely I'll be guarding here. And I do throw a Neyman there. He swings the bird with his 19k guard. And I do guard for the bird once again. And the pigeon goes back to hand to call the Pop Dragon, gaining another Excel markers. He does swing the Vanguard like this and a no guard. He does check the order, which is the new card introduced in the new set, which does help Pale Moon in my opinion. And he's going to swing with the Pop Dragon here. And because he's not hitting for 40k, it's just 1 damage. So I'll be intercepting with the bird now. And then now passes the turn back to me. So I do use Neyman's skill here to most likely be calling the Abyssal Owl here to draw 1 card into the deck before I do use the X skill of Luard, which will be most likely sacking off the Charon and the Abyssal Owl. Then using the Kubao to take back Neyman to my hand. So a slight misplay here is I should have continued to sort of tank the turns and call my Fallen Die Figure once again, but I felt the need to actually go for game here given that Pale Moon usually struggles the fact that they don't usually have the hand to actually guard against high power decks. So I'll be going for the Morfessa push turn already. And I use the cool ball here once again. No, I'm reconsidering it. So I'm going to return the Morfessa here. Return the Jack Driver, sorry. And I'm going to Superior Ride. And now I'll be able to call 3 great ones from my deck. So one of them will be Morfessa, the Abyssal Owl, and the brown one there. So blasting one with the Abyssal Owl and drawing 1 card. So I think I forgot to actually use Counter Blast there to pay the cost for the Jack Driver, but I don't think it will matter in this turn since I do have 1 Counter Blast to with the Morfessa. So apologies for that misplay. And I do swing the Jack Driver here, which is hitting for a big plus 25k power. And I do check the draw trigger here once again, powering to the Charon, and a double draw trigger once again. So I did luck sack pretty hard that night, but you know, it is what it is. So I do swing the Morfessa here. And Morfessa will be counter blasting 1, Superior calling the Cool Bao most likely to continue my shenanigans next turn. And I do swing with the Charon here, which is just a 23k guard, which is, I mean, that's a 23k power, which is just going to be a 15k guard. Also, it's a 25k guard given that I did pump 2 trigger there, and he does eat the bigger column there. Ending turn, I'll be getting 1 more marker to the same column, yes. So do not mind the misplay done in these games because this is just day 1 of playtesting, and I will do hope to be able to improve further and show you more quality gameplay along the way. So he's going to ride to the Golden Beast Tamer here, gaining another marker, and this turn he should be popping off with 2 Pop Dragon swings. So he does call the bird here. He does use the skill of the bird to put the grade 2 back to the soul. And does use the order skill to put 1 card from hand to soul, and then looking at top 3, revealing 1 card and add 1 to hand. So that's what he's going to do. So this order actually does benefit Pillman a lot, and even actually Oracle Tank. Sorry for the weird edit there. And this game we will be able to see how the Golden Beast Tamer actually plays, but we don't see the purple trapeze here, so it's a different kind of list, but you do get the idea that you're going to pop off with the hopping dragon. So he's going to swing with the pigeon here, which is a 39k. 30k got requested already. And I do throw the 30k shield straight away. And he's going to Superior Core the Pop Dragon here, which will be gaining yet another marker. So currently it's at 4 markers now. He does swing the Pop Dragon first, which is a 55k power. And given that I did not have the Fallen Dive Eagle here, and you can see I'm struggling a bit, and actually I might actually even lose this turn. So I do another draw trigger here, drawing yet another card to hand and having a plus 10k power body. So this actually secures further for me. So he does call another pigeon here and calls a grade 2, which will be adding 5k more power to the Pop Dragon later. So I do throw a PG right here, throwing the Mofessa here, twin drives into a double blank. Very unfortunate for him, but without the draw triggers I did try check in this game, I might actually have lost to the Hari, who is actually farming XL1 markers. And so as you can see, Fallen Dive Eagle is actually very crucial, I would say. So in this game demonstrated, I did not actually abuse the Fallen Dive Eagle and actually go for the greedy push for game, and it did not succeed for me, and I'm getting punished right here. But luckily I do open draw triggers, actually 3 draw triggers this game, and allowing me to actually drag the game further, going into my advantage basically. Sorry, going into my favor. So I do manage to gut it, but because of the draw trigger, damage trigger there. So it's finally my turn again, and looking at the Pillman's hand, he's most likely not able to guard the Mofessa lane, and I'm going to be doing the shenanigans here once again. And I'll be riding first, gaining yet another marker to the side, and then using the Kubao skill here to pick up 1 card from the drop zone of original 5k power, in this case Neyman. Because he's at 5 damage and I do have currently 6 markers potentially, and with Mofessa this is going to push very hard. So I will be sacking off the 2 rested rearguards with the Luard skill here to pop 1 of his rearguards and drawing 1 card. And I'll be using Neyman's skill here to tap, to most likely calling Abyssal or Neyman, and I do call the Neyman here. So it's slightly awkward to actually tap the Neyman there. There was no need to, since I'll be using the drag driver here to superior call most of the cards. As I mentioned, this is the first day playtesting, so do not mind the mistakes I have done here, as this video mainly is just to showcase what the new Luard deck list, or rather what the new Luard can do even without the PBD engine. As you can see, I'm not too sure what to return here as I'm still new to the deck, and I do return the Abyssal Hour and the Mofasa back to deck to Superior Ride to the Drag Driver here, gaining yet another marker, and most likely I'll be calling the Mofasa here. And I'm able to call 5 rear guards. Actually balanced. So I'm gonna call 4 rear guards here. And I'll be soul blasting the drag driver here instead, because you do want to have the drag driver in the drop zone so you can return it back later with the drag heart skill. So Mofasa will be swinging rather big here for 70k power, which is a 60k guard. This is most likely it for him. And we are just laughing it off because the Pop Dragon is actually smaller than the Mofasa and it's game. Thank you for watching till the end, and do drop a like and comment and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Stay tuned for more future videos.